it's a shame. 1, 2, 3, stretch her out at the old ball game.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to Packs for Breakfast on Sunday, December something. We're getting into the Christmas season, getting hot and heavy to the end of the football season. And so we're looking forward to some 2021 Panini Contenders football this week. I'm doing great today. Got a cream cheese Danish, because who doesn't like a cream Danish? And got my good friend Randy here. How you doing, Randy?
I'm doing well. It's like, you know what? I'm looking at the screen. I finally noticed all the people that are on those cards. It's like it's like I'm going. All of them are pretty much bust. Even Trevor Lawrence hasn't looked great.
Well, yeah, and most notably, he got crushed last week by the Texan guy who got ejected, and there's a
Yeah,
whole
I think 3 games, so it's basically the rest of the regular season. I think essentially for him.
yeah, and he became like the big hated guy of the NFL. So
Well, but I mean, it's like the hit was unnecessary for sure, but it's like we've seen people make those. It's not like he's a super dirty player. I mean, if this was Ndamukong Suh that did it, he kind of had the reputation for being a dirty player. This guy's starting to gain that reputation. I think that hit really kind of put him a little over the top,
yeah, and
but
people
it's
just
like he wanted to fight with everybody afterwards, even the fans and things like that. It was like, dude, just get off the field.
and people really don't like it when you hit their quarterback. I mean, that's just kind of how it goes, you know.
Oh, especially when you level them like that. I mean, in this day and age, you cannot launch yourself at a quarterback. So, I mean, everything he did there was wrong.
It's a it's just going to be one of those things. I think the league's going to protect the quarterbacks because they're such a big part of the money making machine that is the NFL. So if you're gonna hit the quarterback like that, you're gonna take a suspension no matter what, even if it was bang bang play, whatever the case may be.
Here's the fun part though. And the thing about this is I even predicted this. I predicted this when that draft happened, the draft of all those quarterbacks. I predicted it. I sent a text, and I still have the text I sent to my buddy. I said within 4 years, it's like the Bears, the Patriots, the Jets, and the Niners will move off of their drafted quarterback, and I was right on all 4 of them.
Yeah. I mean, I remember this draft. It was the 2020 season, so I if I it was right as COVID was starting, I believe, right?
Yeah, because remember this draft took place it took place online. It's the one where Bill Belichick lets his dog like just sit there while Bill Belichick walked away from, and so his dog is just sitting at the table.
Yeah, so it was one of those. It was the weird draft that and I remember thinking like everybody was kind of the Mac Jones thing. I didn't understand that one. Zach Wilson I always liked, but he just didn't have the uh, the it factor to be a starter. Uh, Trey Lance was supposed to be really big, and he got replaced quickly by Purdy. Justin Fields, he's still in the middle, up in the air. It's uh,
Well, here's the thing though. When I remember watching the NFL draft back in 2019, in 2019 they said get your quarterback this year because next year's draft is thin on quarterbacks. The only guys that are going to be worth maybe drafting in the first round will be Trevor Lawrence and Fields. Those will be the only guys worth drafting in the first round. And then it's like the scouts, of course, before the 2020 draft, they talked about all those players. And they told us their weaknesses. They told us Trey Lance hasn't played in forever, and he didn't play against good competition. They told us that Mac Jones was going to have a high floor and a low ceiling. He was going to have probably the best rookie year. They told us that Zach Wilson had accuracy problems. They told us all of this stuff. But yet, all these quarterbacks were taken where they shouldn't have been taken. And a lot of these quarterbacks were projected in 2019 after that draft. They projected a lot of these quarterbacks to be 3rd or 4th round picks. And that's what they should have been. And then they would have had chances to develop with their whatever team took them. But when you take them in the first round, you can't develop them. It's like you have to get them out there and you have to get them playing. And so they failed with their teams, and now all of them will be getting second chances. But how many of them will still succeed? I don't see any of them succeeding, and Trevor Lawrence needs to stay healthy.
Well, Najee Harris is at least doing okay for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but he wasn't a quarterback in that. Najee Harris is doing pretty well. And it's funny because right now you've got Trevor Lawrence and Mac Jones are teammates, and Justin Fields and Najee Harris are teammates.
Yep.
So it's just weird. And Zach Wilson is a Bronco and Trey Lance is a Cowboy.
Right. It's all over the place.
But yeah, it was a bad draft for quarterbacks. It'll go down as one of the worst drafts for quarterbacks.
Well, I think, Randy, we should go ahead and get started. We're going to be opening up these. We've got 12 total. I don't know if we'll get through them all because there's 22 cards in each pack. But we're going to open up it. Yeah, it's a thick pack. It's a
wow.
And so I think we should jump on in and see what kind of a team we can assemble. This should be interesting to see what we could pull out of here for a all-star team. And I don't know if you've seen any of these cards, but we have season ticket. Oh wait, did I go from the wrong side? Got James Robinson here. Let me get the screen to focus. Always my issue. So they all have a ticket style to them.
I mean, J.J. Watt, there's a starting defensive lineman easily.
Yeah, he'll go right up there. Devontae Parker. Good wide receiver, not necessarily. Oh, there's your guy.
There's Joe Burrow. That's right now. That's the starting quarterback right now. So what are those things? So they tell you a seat in a section?
Yeah, it's just like if you had season tickets to the thing, you'd have the...
Okay.
That was the design of the card. I liked it.
Yeah, it is kind of a neat little idea.
T.Y. Hilton, he was a stud for a long time, but he had kind of fallen.
He's still not bad. It's like his problem is he's got Anthony Richardson throwing him the ball, which means he's either going to hit him deep for a long one or overthrow him.
We got Antonio Gibson. He was good for one season.
He's average for every season.
Yeah, Derek Carr.
There's a great one if he can stay healthy.
He's going to have to go on the board. This is kind of cool.
Oh, yeah.
We already got some Taysom Hill. He's a tight end.
Next year, he'll be a Bronco.
Yeah. David Johnson, he was good for a little while.
Yeah, he had a good hiccup in time. Oh, jeez. Look at the 2 running backs we got in this one.
Oh, my
Holy
gosh.
Smoke.
Then we got Cooper Kupp. Wow.
Oh, what a disappointing way. Well, he's having a good year, though.
This year,
Darnold's fun.
He's really bounced back this year.
There was a guy who used to be great when he had Drew Brees throwing him the ball.
Yeah, he fell off the face of the earth. Mari Cooper, who has been up and down in his career. Justin Herbert.
Overrated. Overrated by a million times overrated. Till he wins something, don't tell me how great he is.
Mark Andrews. He's a very good tight end.
He is a very good tight end. But there's going to be better.
Yeah. Nelson Aguilar.
Everybody's better.
Then we got, Jamar Chase, Rookie of the Year.
He's a really good wide receiver.
He is a really good wide receiver.
We could team him up with Burrow again.
I think we're going to put him up there for now.
Well, we might not be able to team him up with Burrow.
Up.
Might not be able to when you bring out that guy.
Oh, well, sorry, Joe. You had your moment.
Yeah, you had your hiccup in time, man. I think it's going to be easy to make an all-star team out of these.
Gladiators, Tim Brown. All right.
Oh, that's a cool card.
Yeah, it's neat. Doesn't really fit in our
No, but he was definitely a great wide receiver in his day.
I'm going to keep that one off to the side. And then we got Cameron Jordan, power player.
He's actually a really good defensive lineman, too.
Yeah, we're not going to focus too much on the defensive line. We'll put some stars in there if they show up. Man, I'm gonna need some more. I'm gonna need some more card stands here. I didn't even point out the card stands. The card stands are really cool. They came in this week. They are 3D printed, and I got them in Rockies colors since we're Colorado homers, purple and black.
Yeah, not Ravens fans. Do not attribute it to being Ravens fans.
Kind of a fun. I got them from at DInfinityX on YouTube. I will post his stuff in the description after this, just in case anybody's interested in some customized 3D printed card stands. Let's see. So we got DJ Moore. We got Alvin Kamara, who's solid running back, but isn't going to be better than McCaffrey or Henry, but
no, but very good though. I mean, Alvin Kamara is definitely he's going to be that guy that gets forgotten because he's just played on the Saints. But you look at his numbers and you're going to go, why was he not more hyped than he was?
Well, and he's one of those guys like I was having a discussion recently about Alvin Kamara feels like he's been in the league for 20 years.
He does.
Just like Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon seems like he's been a running back for at least a decade, and he's only like 29 years old. I mean, it's kind of funny.
Alvin Kamara is only 29.
See? Another guy that just... Oh, there's our starter right there. Drew Lock.
Oh, come on.
Oh, Russell Wilson.
Not funny. It's like, that's just kind of me. Look we've had all the good running backs that you could really want.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor. He was.
I want to say this: in the year that it's like we're talking, in 2024, the running backs have been devalued and have been for probably the last 5 to 10 years. And it's like, and look at how many great running backs there still are in this league. It's like just in 2 packs, we've pulled McCaffrey, Henry, Taylor, and Kamara.
I know, it's amazing. And, I was just thinking as I pulled this card up, 2020 was actually the season, I think it was the season that I won my fantasy league because I had Jamar Chase and Jonathan Taylor. And both of those guys were just playing out of their minds, and that was a nice season. I liked that. Kyler Murray, good quarterback. He probably should have played baseball, but You know,
Yeah, we could have been talking about him for the A's.
that's right. Allen Robinson, solid wide receiver.
Yeah.
Kenny
Oh,
Galladay,
bust.
bust.
Total bust.
DeAndre Swift made of glass.
Yep.
When he
But it's like when he's right, he is pretty good.
yeah, when he's on, he's good, but man, just Marquise Brown.
He can't really stay healthy either.
Yeah. Adam Thielen, one of the better wide receivers ever. I mean, I don't know. Did you see his catch that he made last week?
Oh yeah.
That was
That was pretty. I mean, especially at his advanced age as a wide receiver, that was a pretty amazing catch. Bailed out Bryce Young. Oh, there's another really good running back.
yep. Nick Chubb, also very good. Fletcher Cox, one of the better defensive tackles. Big guy.
Yep.
Brandon Cooks, he fell off the face of the earth pretty quick.
Yeah, he went to Dallas and didn't do much.
Julio, another star wide receiver.
Yep.
Joey Bosa. I think Joey's gonna have to go up on the. He's gonna be with J.J. Watt for that defensive end. Stephon Diggs, also crazy wide receiver. Do you put him up on the wall, or is he just not done enough yet?
You know, I just don't think he'll ever do enough to get not. I mean, Jamar Chase, I think, will have a way better career than Stephon Diggs. And who's our other one right now?
Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, he's not better than Cooper Kupp. I'd take Cooper Kupp and Jamar Chase over him. I'll take every quarterback in the league over him. He is such an arrogant SOB.
Tom, are you going to leave? You gonna no? Okay.
No, Tom's not leaving for Aaron Rodgers. At least Tom is kind of an eccentric guy, but at least he tried to be relatable to his teammates. Aaron Rodgers just thinks he's elite over everybody.
Yeah, and I'm a Packers fan, so I was always a fan of Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, well, there's an interesting question.
Yeah, MVP contenders, Patrick Mahomes.
You're talking the best quarterback of all time versus the best quarterback right now.
That is going to go. We're going to put Patrick up here because I'll tell you this.
That's a good debate.
That's going to be a good debate. Oh, my goodness. Legendary contenders, Randy Moss.
Legendary contender. There's no contention for his legend. He is a legend. I mean, he's one of the great. Him and Jerry Rice are up there 1-2. It just depends which way you want to put him as the greatest wide receivers of all time.
Now we can't put him in this. We can't put him in this set because he's not playing in these years. So we're gonna have to put him to the side. But that's a really cool card.
There's our tight end.
And we got chain movers, George Kittle. One of my favorite tight ends. He's just such a powerful guy, and he just plays with a lot of heart.
See, I wanted the Niners to draft Betts or whatever. Who's the guy that went to Atlanta?
Oh, Bijan?
No, the tight end that went there.
Oh, Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, Pitts, because then it could be Kittles and Pitts. And so I wanted him to end up there because then you could have Kittles and Pitts.
Yeah, sounds like a dog food.
It's like, that's just what I wanted. It would have been a terrible nickname, but, you know, you got Sonic and Knuckles, and then you would have had Kittles and Pitts.
Oh, there we go. We got Saquon.
Oh, that's what I mean. There are still so many great running backs in the NFL.
Yeah, he's not better than those two. He's playing better than them this year. I mean, Derrick Henry's a freak of nature, but Saquon is absolutely crushing it this
Oh yeah. I mean, it just the Eagles made such a great choice picking him up.
All right, then you got the resurgent Jared Goff, who's led the Lions past my Packers twice this year.
Hey, put him up there. I'm no.
Oh, there we. Oh, we're done. Jimmy Garoppolo.
That's right there, right there.
You know where he's going, right?
It's like the all overrated team.
No, he's going behind Tom Brady.
Oh, behind Brady.
Always in his shadow.
Always, 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 always.
LaVisca, I liked him because he was a buff and he was a really good buff. Never really made it anywhere in the NFL, but he made it to the NFL from CU. So there you go.
Yeah, it makes it a.
You got Matt Ryan, also a good quarterback. I liked him a lot. Tom Brady really killed him in that Super Bowl where they came back.
Well, and that's the thing about Matt. That's the thing about Matt Ryan's legacy. It's like he is one of the better quarterbacks. I think he will be a Hall of Famer. But man, that Super Bowl, it's like all he's going to be is have that Super Bowl loss. A lot like Dan Marino, just the one time and you lost.
Mike Gesicki, good tight end for the Dolphins. T. Higgins, one of Joe Burrow's favorite targets right now.
Yep.
Marcus May, safety. Yeah. Chase Young, another very good tight defensive end. Not better than Water Bosa, but still good. Corey Davis. I don't even think he's playing.
I don't hear his name anymore being called out there. There's a really good tight end too, but not better than Kips.
No. Oh, Nick Bosa.
There's Nick. So you got Nick and you got Joey.
Who do you think is better, Nick or Joey?
I don't know. I think that Nick is slightly better than, Joey is slightly better than Nick, but it's so
you can't have three
it's
defensive
negligible.
ends.
No, you can't have three defensive ends.
Tyreek Hill.
Still a Chief.
You know what? And I think he's going to go in as our slot guy. Because honestly, as far as when it comes to slot receivers, can you think of anybody better?
No, but you could put. I don't like Tyreek Hill personally, but it's like I can't admit that he is one of the better. He is definitely one of the better wide receivers, and still he's one of the better ones.
Kirk Cousins. You like that?
No, I don't, Kirk. I don't like that you lost that last game.
Ugh. Baker's one of he's one of my least favorites.
It's like, yeah, I like Baker. I'm glad that he's having some success in Tampa. Some, not a ton, but he is having some success. But I like Baker.
I just remember back when this draft was going on and he was trying to become, he was trying to up his stock. I remember he did this thing. It was like #Baker Challenge, and it was so stupid. He's like, let me know about what kind of adversity you've gone through in your life. Everybody's had to overcome adversity. He's like, I'm really short. Some people go through cancer, and it's like, did you just equate being short to going through cancer?
And the thing is, he's still like 6'1". He's taller than I am.
Well, it just, I was like, that's the dumbest thing. Did nobody talk to you about that?
That is pretty tone deaf.
Jalen Hurts, another quarterback that I thought he was better than people were giving him credit for back when he was playing for, he played for Alabama, or was it Oklahoma?
He played for Alabama and Oklahoma.
Yeah, okay, so he transferred to Oklahoma, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he got taken out of the game, the championship game, and Tua came in.
Yep. And then he transferred to Oklahoma.
One of my favorites, Aaron Jones. Really like him. Not a Hall of Famer or anything, but good player.
Yeah.
All right, then we got round 3 numbers: Anthony Schwartz, Trey Sermon. Neither of which I think did anything.
What the heck is that card?
That's the MVP contender, Daniel Jones.
Did somebody do that as a joke?
I
Is that supposed to be funny?
guess.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Then you got power players, Buda Baker.
Oh, look, poor Trevor Lawrence getting killed again.
Yep. And then we got playoff ticket, Super Bowl, Tom Brady, 31-9. I like the MVP card.
Look at Tom. Tom's just sitting there going, "Yeah, I've won 7 of these things, and I've been to 10."
I like the MVP card better, so it's gonna stay.
Yeah. You know, the MVP card I don't like, though, is that Daniel Jones. That's just awful.
Well, he
I get the
clearly didn't make it that far.
no.
All right, Mike Gesicki again, T. Higgins again. We got
Marcus May again.
Marcus May again. Let's not repeat, guys. Chase Young, like the same
Again.
pack. Henry Ruggs, another guy who didn't he go to prison?
It's like, yeah, because wasn't he the one that killed the person by hitting their car really, doing like over 100 and smashing into the back of her car?
I'm pretty sure that's what happened, and he went to jail, and that was the end of his career.
Yeah, good riddance to him.
Khalil Mack, ooh, he's got to go.
That's a good linebacker.
Yeah, he's going to go up because we've got the DNs. We need a linebacker. Oh, there's
Danny, I
Daniel.
don't care how many times you show up, Danny. We ain't taking you.
Von Miller.
Oh, there's another linebacker. We got our 2 outside linebackers, Mack and Miller.
Running out of cards. I got no card stands here, so he's going to stay off to the side. Tyler Lockett, good player. I mean, deep threat, always a good fantasy guy. Kirk Cousins again. Baker Mayfield. All right, we're just recycling cards here. Come on. Same pack.
Yeah, it's like they don't even give you
there's
offensive linemen.
There's our tight end. Kittle, you're out, buddy. Sorry, my friend.
It's like they don't even give you offensive linemen in these cards. They really just focused on the skill positions and more of the glory positions.
Yeah, that's more of, I think, what they are interested in. But Gronk's going to go in as I think you have to give him the tight end over Kittle. We got Josh Allen, who's, he's a good quarterback. Not better than Brady.
He's having a really good year this year.
Kobe Myers, Ezekiel Elliott, all off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
Got Juju. Let's see. We got Tannehill MVP. Now Tannehill's one of those guys that I personally really like, and I felt like he never got a good enough team around him to be successful. But
see, I remember when he was drafted by the Dolphins, and it was a reach pick then. I thought picking him where they picked him, which was like 9th or something like that, that was a reach pick. And he wasn't good enough to lead a bad team, and they never did build a good team around him.
all right, here's your boy in the purple winning ticket.
Winning what?
I don't know. I'm not sure what the winning ticket card is. Let's see what it says.
Well, what has he ever won?
I don't know. It's a nice looking card, but
It is a nice looking card.
I don't.
Just
I'm not
wasted.
Ooh, Marcus Allen. That's a
Oh,
throwback.
that is right there. That is another running back. You want to talk about one that got overshadowed? That guy was Marshall Falk way before Marshall Falk.
Then we got chain movers, Aaron Jones. I'm not a big Lamar Jackson fan myself. I don't think he's really got the. I don't think he's really got the stuff that is gonna win Super Bowl. But personally, it's just me.
If he wins a Super Bowl, it's because he's got a great team around him. It will not be because of him.
All right, are we gonna just keep recycling Derek Carr, Christian? Oh, there's a new one. Jerry Jeudy, who had a
Boo!
freaking monster of a game against his former team playing with the Browns.
I just have to boo him because everybody booed him every time he caught the ball. So I just had to follow along.
Which was a lot. You were booing
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah, it was a lot. It's like people's throats probably got sore from booing him so much.
And we got DK Metcalf. He's a good receiver.
Oh, he's amazing.
DJ Chark. DK's one of those people, if I saw him running down the field at me, I would get out of his way. He's a big dude.
Yeah, but it's like you don't see it very often.
DeAndre Hopkins, also another wonderful wide receiver. I really like him.
Yeah, of course he ends up in KC. Just makes you sad.
Michael Thomas, Amari Cooper, Justin Herbert again, Mark Andrews again, Nelson Aguilar, Dak Prescott, one of the bigger.
The new Tony Romo.
It's almost like the Cowboys quarterbacks just can't get out of their own way. You know? They're just stuck. Big Ben, also in the conversation for one of the great quarterbacks. Not better than Tom Brady, but definitely a good QB.
It was a good QB, but the thing is he didn't take very good care of himself in the offseason.
Randall Cobb, one of my favorites as a Packer fan. Just a wonderful slot receiver. A.J. Brown as a Titan. Really good wide receiver playing with the Eagles. When you got someone who can throw to this guy, just throw it to him. He'll catch it.
Yeah. It's like it's like it drives me nuts about some of these. It's like they don't utilize the most talented wide receiver. Just chuck it to them.
And you got Rookie of the Year contender Javonte Williams. He's been all right. I think Estime has kind of outshadowed him this year.
Yeah, he's really. I think that knee injury, it just took away the thing he was known for was breaking tackles and smashing through people, and he can't do it now.
Yeah, kind
It's like his leg drive isn't there.
of. Legendary contenders, Ray Lewis. He would easily be our linebacker if he was playing at this moment.
Yeah, I mean, just without question, one of the greatest middle linebackers to ever play the game.
Same with, you could argue, Eddie George. You could probably.
Oh yeah, I liked Eddie George. He was on when I used to do fantasy football in the '90s. That guy was always on my team.
Oh yeah, he was such a good runner, and he would break tackles. He would run through people. All right, and then we have Supernatural Trey Lance, who's no supernatural.
Well, no, he did disappear. He has become a ghost.
Well, that is true, and he's on the. He is on the. Cool card. I like the card a lot. He's on the Cowboys, right?
Yep.
And he
is behind Cooper Rush.
Behind Cooper Rush. That tells you just about everything that you need to know.
Remember how much San Francisco gave up to move up to that number 3 pick to get him?
Yep.
They gave up 3 first-round picks to get a guy that now is the backup to Cooper Rush.
And you think about where Brock Purdy was. Wasn't he was fourth round, fifth round? He was taken pretty late.
7th round.
Was it 7th round?
He was Mr. Irrelevant. He was the last guy taken in the draft.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if he was the Mr. Irrelevant or but
Yeah.
so you figure
So,
they moved up to get Trey Lance. Everybody was hyped on him. And then Brock Purdy comes in and just steals the job away.
yeah, I mean, it's just one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. But it's like,
Sunday we're recycling through. There's Tua. I still remember that it was such a weird championship game, Alabama, because he came in and replaced Jalen Hurts in that game, and I just remember that bomb that Tua threw down the field to win the game, and it was just so funny because he was a lefty, and you don't see many lefty quarterbacks, and it was so awkward to watch.
it is awkward to watch, especially because it's like it doesn't look right. And they've even said, but Steve Young was a lefty, Brunell was a lefty. There's just not a lot of lefty quarterbacks that are great.
Yeah, Chase Claypool, want to talk about a big bust. Could have been really good.
Yep.
Never really panned out. Carson Wentz, another gigantic bust.
You know what's the sad part, though, about Carson Wentz is he was having a great season in that year the Eagles won the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And he was the reason they were having a great season. But Nick Foles is going to be forever the hero.
Right.
And I'm glad he was the hero because I was rooting for the Eagles in that game.
Got Terry McLaurin, another great wide receiver. Give him the ball. He'll catch it.
Yep.
Oh,
look at that guy.
Aaron Donald.
Look at that defensive line. J.J. Watt, Aaron Donald, and frickin' Bosa.
Then you got Von Miller. You got Aaron Donald. Oh, my gosh. Good luck with that one.
Yeah, though that's an amazing. You could come up with a front seven that's almost invincible.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. That's gonna be an interesting video for you to do.
Because and it's like I think I had Reggie White, Bruce Smith,
Matthew Stafford.
Jerome Brown, and somebody else.
I've always liked Matt Stafford. He got lucky when he got out of the Lions.
Yeah, but now the Lions are the best team in the NFL. But would they be if they still had Matt Stafford?
Tre'Davious White, Harris, Mike Evans, great wide receiver.
Yep. The numbers he's put up in his career are amazing. And he does it so quietly.
Harry and Matthew, you could almost put him in as your safety.
Yeah, Tyrann Mathieu, he is a really good safety.
So as far as defenses go, we're As we've talked about, round one numbers: Trey Lance, Zach Wilson, both backups on teams. Hey,
that's so bad. Look at that ugly card.
Ooh, Rookie of the Year contender Kyle Trask.
What? How is he a Rookie of the Year contender?
I don't think he was. I think that's just the card. But
he was. Trask. He never played behind Brady.
Oh, there we go. Supernatural. At least it's a good player, Josh Allen.
Yep. And he is supernatural. That guy is one of the most amazing athletes that plays that position.
That's a really neat card.
But now he's got to win something.
Oh, I haven't thought about this guy in a long time.
Hope he doesn't shoot himself in the leg again.
Plaxico Burress. in the green emerald, which was a retail exclusive for this pack. Plaxico Burris.
It's
Great.
a cool looking card.
Yeah, he was a great receiver.
Yep, Michigan State. Hey, the green matches the Michigan State part.
Yeah, but he did shoot himself then
he did. He shot himself right in the leg.
So did Aqib.
And got suspended for it.
Aqib Talib did as well. So they say. Chase Claypool. See, now we're just recycling again. Donald Moore. Also underrated wide receiver, I think. DJ Moore is very good.
But the Panthers got quite a bit when they traded him, or maybe they didn't.
And now he's a Bear.
They should have gotten more.
And he's doing very well for the Bears. Drew Lock. Ooh, look, Russell Wilson. See, look at that. That's a set. They did that on purpose.
Well, they've done it twice.
That's what I mean. They did it on purpose.
It's like, that's mean. It's like they hate the Broncos.
See, we've already seen this pack.
Yeah.
There's Matthew again. Brown. Galen. Nick Chubb. Fletcher Cox. Round 2 numbers. Kyle Trask and Harris Marshall Jr. All right.
The numbers is backup, I guess, second string, third string. What is that the number we're going with those guys?
Round 2, Mr. Relevance.
Oh, okay.
Then you got Rondell Moore, Rookie of the Year contender. Rondell Moore, he's doing just.
Yeah, but I don't remember him being a Rookie of the Year contender.
I don't think he actually was. I think that's just the card, Randy.
I know, but it's like, it's a dumb card because they put these Rookie of the Year contenders, they put it onto people that, I mean, they just randomly threw it onto people that weren't contenders.
I feel bad for Dalvin Cook because he was so good in Minnesota for so many years, and then he just fell off the face. Like, I had hopes when he went to Baltimore, and just did nothing.
Well, and that's the reason people don't like, and he's one of the reasons people don't like to pay running backs, because it's like he was great, then he falls off a cliff. And that's what a lot of these GMs worry about when they pay running backs, is that year where they fall off a cliff.
Mike Vrabel, awesome.
Yeah, get Phillip Rivers, drag him to the ground.
He's not playing anymore. Can't put him on our team, but excellent player back in his Tom Brady Super Bowl years.
Oh no, Tom Brady's Super Bowl years spanned 2 decades.
There's Mr. Kittle again. Patrick got a second of him. Calvin Ridley, there's a new one. Great wide receiver. I'm trying to think. I think he's playing for the Bucks now.
It's like either the Bucks or the Jags last year.
Oh, Justin Jefferson.
Oh, gosh. Wow. There's a.
Do we put him in? I think he's going to take the place of Tyreek. Justin Jefferson is a monster.
It's like Justin Jefferson is one of the.
Speaking of Joe Mixon, there he is. Gosh, he's such a good running back. Still. Jamison Crowder. At least we're getting some new players in this pack. Oh, Devontae. I don't think I can put him.
Well, who are all of our wide receivers? I know Jamar Chase is up there, and I know.
You got Cooper Kupp, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. I think
it's tough.
I think Jamar Chase is going to have to come down for now because He's
Devontae Adams, when he has a quarterback willing to throw him the ball, is still one of the best wide receivers in the NFL.
That's why I'm making that decision, is because Devontae Adams is back in his prime. He was, you couldn't block him or you couldn't cover him.
No.
Same with Cooper Kupp. Same with Justin Jefferson.
Well, and it's like, and I'll even say this: it's like, Pat Surtain is one of the best shutdown corners in the NFL, and he struggles.
Okay.
He struggles with Devontae Adams.
Yep. Josh Jacobs. I never liked Josh Jacobs, but he's doing a wonderful job in Green Bay this year, so I have to give him a little credit.
See, I liked Josh Jacobs, one of the few Raiders I liked, because I felt like he was workmanlike in his approach. And he just, he was just never on good teams in Las Vegas. But it's like he is doing very well for the Packers.
Darnell Mooney is a quietly decent receiver. You don't really think about him too much, but he does his work. You got Tom Brady.
Who's that guy? Who's he?
Who is this guy?
Isn't he an announcer or something?
All right. Then you got Travis Kelce. Obviously, you could make an argument between Gronk and Kelce, which I think I'm going to give you both.
Well, I don't know. I'm not trying to get Taylor Swift fans to watch us, so I don't think we need to put Kelce anywhere but on the pile.
No, I'm going to give you both him and Gronk because I think you could do a fun comparison video between the two.
It's like I'm going to try to find a picture of Taylor Swift to put up there with him and say, who would you take?
Lamar Jackson. Hey, we don't need to ride Taylor Swift's coattails. Come on. We're not the NFL broadcasting company.
I'm gonna have a picture of Taylor Swift up there just so that we can get T Swift fans to watch the video for no reason.
Nah. All right.
Like all of a sudden we'll have 1 million subscribers because we had T Swift mentioned in our football cards.
Good point. Roll with that. There's Dalvin again. Miles Garrett.
Oh, that's a great defensive lineman, man.
But he's a DN. That's the problem. They're all of them.
I know. It's like, who are our DNs right now?
Plus, Miles Garrett.
Oh, he could replace Bosa easy.
You think?
He's way better than Bosa.
You want
1 million times better than Bosa.
All right.
But I wouldn't even think about that. No, Miles Garrett to me is in the top 2 for defensive linemen in the NFL.
He'll take off his helmet and beat you with it. So
he will. He'll take off his helmet and beat you with it. And yeah, no, for me, Miles Garrett is. Although he is kind of dumb because he tries to defend Deshaun Watson.
Right. Well.
So he doesn't have a ton of brain cells, but he's one heck of a football player.
I saw something that said Deshaun Watson's the most hated player in the NFL right now.
Rightfully so.
Agreed. Miles Sanders, good running back. Jair Alexander. He's going to go in our cornerback because he's
a good corner.
He's one of the best in the league. He got hurt recently. That sucked. Chris Godwin, another excellent wide receiver. Keenan Allen, one of the greats. All right, and then we got legendary. Oh man, look at him.
We got Jerry and we got Moss.
I know. Could you imagine?
They know they're legends.
They do, and then we got.
They don't know MVPs and they don't know Rookie of the Year contenders, but they know they're legends.
Good old Zach Wilson.
Future Bronco Zach Wilson.
Then we got Gladiators, Julio Jones.
Weird that the other one was a Tim Brown and that he's and Julio Jones. So it's like, I wonder what was the premise to be a gladiator.
Let's see. Ball in the air means a contest. Let's see. Basically they're just saying he was a fighter, which he was. Julio Jones.
Yeah, I mean Julio Jones in his prime was amazing.
Oh yeah. back on those Falcons teams, he was with Matt Ryan throwing to him.
You've noticed we've gotten 3 different kinds of cards for Lamar Jackson. It's like somebody just wants Lamar Jackson to be on our team, but it ain't happening.
No. Allen Robinson. I didn't think we would get through all these packs today, but since they're all repeating now, it's kind of another Patrick, Calvin Ridley, Justin. And there's Julio in his regular attire. Joey.
See, Joey's mad we replaced him, so he jumped back in there. Are you sure you wanted to replace me? Yes. No. That guy could. Oh, look. Yeah, see, Tom Brady goes, want to bet?
There's Kelsey again, and there's another Lamar. A lot of Lamar in this. We got Dalvin, Garrett. We got MVP contender, Stephon Diggs, which we've already discussed. He's not in there.
Oh, that's a weird.
Earl Campbell.
In his day,
Yep.
Look at the size of those thighs. That guy was the first and ultimate power runner. I mean, he was so strong, but his knees are shot now. They're completely shot. The poor guy is. I don't know if Earl Campbell is still alive, but I know he was walking with a cane.
John Merriman, Gladiator.
What? That guy was a roid freak.
Yeah.
I mean, even his little dance was a roid thing.
Then you got DeAndre Hopkins. Chain movers. All right, we're moving.
Chain mover. He's a chain mover.
He's a mover.
He moved the chains right to the next card pack.
All right. Then we got Henry Ruggs again. Jail guy.
Prisoner.
Leo Mack. We already have him up there. Daniel Jones. Von Miller. We only have 2 more packs after this one, so I'm going to rush through these so we can get them all opened up. James Robinson. JJ, Devontae, Joe Burrow, Gronk, Josh Allen, Jacoby, Zeke, Juju, David Johnson, Derrick Henry, King Henry, as we should say, Cooper Kupp, Sam Darnold, winning ticket, Kyler Murray. And then we got another.
Ooh, that green looks good.
Yeah, that's the Nico Collins. We haven't seen him yet. Great receiver for Houston. This is the Emerald parallel one I was talking about. Amari Rodgers, he hasn't done anything.
Yeah, but Nico's pretty good, though.
Yeah, and then we got chain movers, LaDainian Tomlinson.
One of the best.
One of the best. If he was playing at the time, he would be on our team.
Yeah, he was so good.
And then you got Cam Chancellor, Gladiators. Was he still playing in 2021?
I didn't think Cam Chancellor still was, but he might have been. He played quite a while. I'm gonna look him up.
See. Look him up, because if he is, he's gonna go on the team, because he definitely deserves a spot.
So Cam Chancellor played until 2018.
Okay.
He had a short career. He only played 9 seasons.
He was part of that Legion of Boom, one of the.
Oh yes, he was.
He was one of the big time Legion of Boom guys.
He was a 2-time All-Pro, 4-time Pro Bowler, won the Super Bowl. I mean, Cam Chancellor was a beast.
Visca, Matt Ryan, Miles Sanders, Jair, he's back. Keenan Allen. I don't know if there's anybody else left from the 2020 season.
I know, it's like you've almost gotten every skill player in the NFL. No offensive lineman. It disappoints me that this pack did not put in offensive linemen.
Yeah, I think they kind of changed that. Terrace Marshall.
Because it's like,
again.
I like offensive linemen.
Why is Terrace Marshall keep coming in here?
Ooh.
Elijah Moore, he was good for a little while. Javonte, we've talked about him.
Yep.
Then we got power players, Michael Strahan. He would go in definitely if he was on playing.
One of the best.
Then we got Zeke in the green emerald.
Cool card wasted on a mediocre player.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when Zeke was in his prime in his career, where he was playing at the top of his game, he was easier to. You could have put him in.
Well, but you know what's funny is his prime seemed to only be like 3 seasons.
Yep. McLaurin, Donald. This is our last pack, so we made it just on time to get this part done. Alvin Kamara,
Yeah.
Drew Lock.
If that's come on. That's just how the cards roll out then,
Yeah,
don't they?
that was the collation right there. Jonathan Taylor, Tre'Davious White, Damian Harris. I was hoping we'd get at least one more new guy in this set. Mike Evans,
Yeah.
Curry and Matthew, Marquise Brown, Galen, Chubb, Fletcher Cox, Brandon Cooks. We got round 3 numbers. Davis Mills, haha, and Kellen Mond. Wow. Battle of the backups who never made it.
Yeah. So Ezekiel Elliott, he could, if he can have a good year this year and maybe next year. Actually, but this year he's only rushed for 100. He's 900, a little over 900 yards short of 10,000. So he's had a lot more yards than I thought. He had 3,000 yards just combined in 2016 and 18.
Rookie of the Year, Elijah Moore. Oh, there's a cool one. Chain Movers, Christian McCaffrey. So we'll put the Christian back up there. It's a bummer that he got hurt again, because I feel like he's quickly coming to the end of his career with all these injuries getting, because it's all on his legs, you know?
Yeah, the thing is, it's like I think he will be done soon.
And then we're ending on Larry Johnson.
Thanks to him, I won my fantasy championship all those years ago when Priest Holmes got hurt. I picked up Larry Johnson immediately. And it's like, and he was a beast to finish off that year.
1,789 yards back in 2005.
Yep. 2004 is when he came in for
Priest Holmes. Yep.
I think Priest Holmes, and then 2005 he had a beastly year, and then he fell off the map so fast.
Yeah,
I think he played for Penn State too.
He definitely had a tough run there after he exploded. All right, well there's our team, Randy. That should be a fun one for you to discuss this week.
Oh yeah, there's some absolutely amazing players up on that board.
And comparing them to the 1991 season, that should be also interesting, because 30 years later, you're going to compare the two teams and see how they stacked up against each other. I think it's going to be a good conversation, which we'll have to retouch.
Oh no, those newer guys they kind of outshine a lot of our older players.
Well, that's why we have we have the conversation, just to see who's going to be in that scenario of, it's easy to go with the newer players because they're in the forefront. But to me, you have to have the argument to see, well, this guy might be better than this guy. This guy might be. Yeah, it's fun to talk about because they are such different teams.
Hey, but remember who our starting quarterback was in '91?
Steve Young,
Was
I
it
believe.
Marino?
Oh no, you put in John Elway. Remember? Because
I think I did the video where it had Elway and Marino.
Yep, you had Marino and Elway, and you took Elway.
Yeah, I'd take Elway because Elway won championships.
Right.
It's like, Elway versus Tom Brady is it's like really anybody versus Tom Brady is not really a fair matchup.
Yeah, Tom Brady's gonna win. I'm sorry. I hate to say it because it's easy to hate the guy, but he was gonna go down as probably the GOAT of football when it comes to quarterback.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, it's like if he's not the only other guys that can even fit in the GOAT conversation with them would be guys like maybe Barry Sanders or Jerry Rice or, the uber elites at their positions. But, you know, Tom Brady is the uber elite at his position, the most important position on the football field. So,
Yeah, but the Jerry
it,
Rice versus these guys conversation, that's a conversation that could be had. So I think Jerry Rice probably is better than anybody on that board as far as receivers are.
it's like, but I don't think Michael Irvin is better than any of those guys on that board.
No, probably not. Well, perfect. We got through all these packs. It was easy once you started recycling the base cards. It would have been nice to see some
Yeah.
offensive linemen in there. A little bit more of the defense would have been nice too. I mean, we got quite a few defensive guys, so we'll be able to build a pretty good defensive team. But those
But
90
not a lot of corners and safeties.
and in
Not
the 91 set, they definitely focused on the full range of players because
they did.
you got basically every position player, but in this and rightfully so, I get it. Who wants to see Garrett Bowles on a football card?
Well, but if you're a football fan, you understand that all the players are crucial to your team, and it's like, an offensive lineman. The reason that people, they get overshadowed because of things, like this, where it's like they don't even get a football card, and it's like, the reason we don't know any of their names is because, the the mass media or whatever doesn't want to highlight just how important these guys are. Other than a few guys that are left tackles that make big money, you don't know a lot of these guys' names.
Right.
And I think that's sad because they're crucial.
All right. Well, we're getting near the end of this episode. Hope everybody enjoyed our little trip down 2021 memory lane. Programming for the next couple weeks. I believe next week we're going to do. It's that time of year. It's the holiday season, and so I got this 2023 Topps Holiday Mega Box. We're gonna do this one. I have 2024 as well coming in. It's supposed to be here tomorrow, so we're gonna do a little mix of 2023, 2024 Topps Holiday baseball. Kind of a fun one just to do for the holiday season, and then after that, we are going to jump into 1991 Max Racing, which I think will be a lot of fun. We haven't done any racing yet, but both you and I are racing fans, so that'll be
Yep.
a fun episode to do just to see what the cards were like and remember some of those drivers back all the way from 91.
It's like, I wonder if we'll get like crew chiefs, media people. I mean, who are they going to put? Because there's only so many drivers. I mean, were you going to get the Xfinity series? Because if you think 1991, I think was pre-Craftsman Truck Series.
Well, yeah,
So
because
you won't even have the Craftsman Truck Series in there.
I don't think you will, but I'm pretty sure you do get the crew chief cards. You get I don't know if they do pit crew. I would doubt it, but should be interesting to find out.
Yep, it will be.
So excellent. Well, we do have some good cards for conversation this week. I wanted to do another football just so that we could compare the two teams that we built. It seemed like it was due for that. We've been in baseball for a little while. One thing I need to talk to you about before we go, and I'm hoping that everybody will comment on this as well. Did you hear about the golden at bat rule that they were floating around?
I heard about it, but I don't have an explanation for it.
Basically, they were saying that they should implement a rule that at any point in the game you can use your golden at bat and put someone up to bat regardless of where they are in the lineup. Meaning, like, if you got the bases loaded and you could call on Shohei to come up and bat, even if he was ninth in the line.
Well, that's terrible.
That's terrible. Just terrible.
It's terrible. That is terrible. I get that they're trying to speed up the game and make it more interesting, but that's. I mean, no, I don't like that at all. It's like, what's the point of setting a rotation, or whatever? Not setting a rotation, but setting a lineup if you can just bring any guy once a game into any situation. It's like, if you really want home runs and big numbers that bad, then make everybody bring the fences in or something. Then you'll get your numbers up on runs. But it's like that's cheesy.
When I saw it, I was immediately I shook my head and said, "That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard." I hope everybody
It is
agrees.
the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
So far, it seems like everybody's kind of been on the same boat. Even the players are, talking about how it would bastardize their whole game. It's kind of taking away the essence of baseball. And I could rant on this for 20 minutes probably because I'm a purist in baseball, and I think a lot of these rule changes they're doing, it doesn't appeal to me. I like the 3-hour game.
Yeah, no, it's like, I'm not a baseball purist. I do like some of the rule changes that we've made, the bigger bases to make it easier to steal. I like the DH, but this is something even I cannot get behind. I see no value in doing this at all. This hurts the game. It does not help it.
Yeah, I agree. If anybody wants to comment on that, I would love to see some comments and hear what you have to think. Tell me why I'm wrong. But I have a feeling most people are going to agree that it's a dumb rule and put in a hard salary cap. I don't know. That would make things more interesting, don't you think?
Shohei Ohtani, all of his contract is after he's done playing.
Yep. Look at Bobby Bo. It's your favorite day of the year.
Hey, I love Bobby Bonilla Day.
That's
But
right.
they also, Chris Davis, same thing. His contract is insane. It'll be paying him till he's 51 years old.
Well, and Juan Soto, he's, I don't know if they've announced a signing or if everybody's still courting him, but he's going to get millions, hundreds of millions of dollars over who knows how many seasons. Let's put a hard salary cap in. You're going to fix a lot of the competition in the league. More people will get into the World Series. And speaking of, last thing, I've got my hands on a set from 2008 as well, Randy, which means we'll get to talk about the Rockies World Series year.
All right.
Yeah.
Something good for the Rockies.
Hey, we've only got
in that Juan Soto news, Yankees and Mets up Juan Soto bids north of $700 million.
See, that's just insane.
So, I mean, it looks like this guy's going to even make more than Ohtani, and he's not better than Ohtani. He's just not.
He's a good hitter, but
he's not better than Judge.
Well, we'll see another Yankees-Dodgers World Series, won't we? We could.
Well, I'm rooting that. I'm hoping the Mets get Soto. At least it takes and puts him in a different New York team.
It seems like they're really fighting for that Subway Series again, But anyway, We'll talk about more baseball when we get back to baseball next week.
Next week.
I hope everybody enjoyed our football set here. We got a lot of the 2021 guys. Should be a fun conversation for this week's videos. Do check out our daily videos that we put up. I do different packs every day. This week was 2023 Topps Heritage. That was a fun set. We have some more new stuff coming as well. Let's see. We've got our Topps Holiday next week. That'll be a fun one. So anybody wants to come in and join us for Topps Holiday. Also, I'm now on X. I'm on TikTok. every day doing the same thing. So if you want to follow us on those, PAX 4, number 4 breakfast on X, and PAX 4 breakfast, just like YouTube, on TikTok. If you're on YouTube, chances are you're not on. You don't need to follow us on TikTok. That seems redundant. But hey, whatever you want to do, cool by us. Yeah. So Randy, thanks for joining me this week. We will get back to it next week. I've got to cheers my cream cheese Danish. I didn't even eat it. I want to eat it, so I'm gonna get off the stream so I can mow down on that thing. And Randy, we'll see you next week.
Yep. See you next week.